Welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in live on Facebook, I want you to put hashtag live in the comments. If you're catching the replay, then drop a hashtag replay so I know that you stopped by. Today we're digging into something that could be silently costing you deals, connections, credibility, and that is your LinkedIn profile. Now, your LinkedIn profile is no longer a place. LinkedIn is no longer a place where you're going to be putting your CV in there, and that's all it's for. And I used to do that too. I used to put my resume in there, and then only when I was looking for a job would I go in and update it. But LinkedIn isn't that place anymore. It is a social media platform, and which means you got to be feeding it, you got to be treating it like a social media platform. But unlike other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, it's a professional platform. It's for professionals, and that's where, as real estate investors, we want to be, because those are the type of people we're trying to attract. However, only 3% of LinkedIn users, so there's like a billion, 9 billion actually, LinkedIn users on the platform, but only 3% are actually posting. So if you're posting on there, there's a good chance that people are seeing you, and it's your ideal clients. These are corporate professionals. These are business owners that are on LinkedIn. So those are the people that you're wanting to attract, right? So today we're going to dig in though into your what's silently costing you the deals, the connections, the credibility on your LinkedIn profile. So we're going to go through each of the areas within LinkedIn and things that you want to be looking at to get better. This is for whether you're an aspiring real estate investor or a seasoned entrepreneur, are just getting started in building your authority online or on LinkedIn. This is definitely for you. And stick around until the end, because I'm going to offer a free gift at the end. So stick around until the end. So plus, I'm announcing right now that I am going to be launching my LinkedIn Investor Lead Magnet 5-week program. So it kicks off on the 25th of April. It's self-directed, and then so every week you get some videos, and then on the Wednesday I will have a hot seat coaching session where you can come get feedback on your assignments. So it's all about learn, implement. So you'll get some videos, you're going to do some work, and then you can come to that hot seat coaching session and ask some questions, and and then get some feedback on your assignment. And then you have 2 more days to tweak it, to finish it off before the next set of assignments will come out on the Friday. So if you're interested in that program, just drop program into the comments, and I'll be able to send you a link, right? A registration link to that. So we can talk more about that offline if you just pop program in there. So let's be blunt. If your LinkedIn profile is half-baked, it's silently sending the wrong message out to people that are looking at your profile. So when you go into your LinkedIn profile, if number one, you don't have a photo there, or if it looks like you were at a wedding, and or if you've got more people in there, like how do they know who you are? So you want a nice headshot, right? You can take that on your phone with like a white background, but you want a nice headshot with your eyes looking at the camera. You want a smile on your face. Your headshot needs to be looking professional. You don't need to be wearing a suit or anything like that for it, but you don't need to look good in it. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. And you want that headshot when you go in there. You don't want your head to be like super tiny in there. And then it's the rest of your body. You want your head to actually be about 80% of that circle that it's going into. The next thing is your headline. Your headline says, real estate investor, right? But it doesn't actually say who you may say, like, I'm a real estate investor in that headline, but you want to say who you help, right? There, as real estate investors, we could be doing like a whole bunch of different strategies. So you want to really drill down and let them know, when the people looking at it, your ideal client looks at that, so they can say, oh, look, he or she helps me. I want to find out more. Right? So that headline should actually say, who you help and how, or maybe, who you don't, don't even have to, that you're a real estate investor. You don't need to say I'm a real estate investor in that headline. You're saying more like, you're saying who you help, and in saying who you help, they know you're a real estate investor, right? You can say like, I help corporate professionals invest passively in real estate. And then they know you're a real estate investor. So, but you're saying exactly who your client is. Your LinkedIn profile should be all about your client, right? And then you can add your credibility in there in how to you helping them. But it's first about your client. You want to be saying what's in it for them. Why should they keep reading your profile? Why should they keep looking at it? So I hope that makes sense to you. So then the next part, the important, is your about. A lot of people use the about to talk all about themselves. I'm great. I've done this. I've got these accolades. But the about actually needs to be about your client. What's in it for them? How do you help them? Why should they even read more? So I like to put in my about things like, a thought-provoking question. Do you stay up late at night worrying that your kids may not ever afford a home? Did you know that most Canadians can't retire by the age of 65? Did you know that you need $1.7 million to retire? So those kind of thought-provoking, questions you want to be putting in your about. And then, then how do you help them? So you want to dust off those about. If your about section doesn't have any stories, then doesn't have any impact, nobody's going to go any further. And then if your profile doesn't have any posts, no content, no updates in months, then to be honest, then why would people drop by? Right? So I want you to pop into the comments on Facebook. What is it that, right now, right away, as I say this, what are things right away you need to fix in your profile? So drop that into the comments for me. So let's play this out. We meet someone at a networking event. I went to one last night, and everybody there, like, most people don't have paper cards anymore. And even if you have paper cards, it goes into this, it just gets dropped into, your purse as a woman, or it's in the wallet, and you don't come back to it. And you may not even remember who that person was. Oh, I've got this card, but like, who was that person? Where did I meet them? Most people. So last night at the networking event, I went to a business networking event, and everybody was like, do you have LinkedIn? Do you have LinkedIn? Do you have LinkedIn? So everybody is on LinkedIn. But then you share your LinkedIn with them, and it doesn't say much about you. And it does all those things I said not to do, like, then they'll go away, right? So that's what happens. So you want to be able to go to that network event, and then you Google them. And I want to tell you, when you Google somebody, you can Google me right now, put in Debbie Balfour in Google, and you'll see what is the first thing that comes up on Google. It's LinkedIn. You get my LinkedIn profile, you'll get your LinkedIn profile, then you'll get your Facebook profile. That's the first thing, but LinkedIn is the first thing that pops up. So Google yourself and have a look, right? So here's the $1 million question. When someone Googles you, are they going to be impressed? Or are they going to be confused? Like, who is this person? What do they do? How do they help me? Why should I trust them? Right? Those are going to be the questions that people are asking. So you really want to um, make sure that you're not losing that person right away. Because when you go to a networking event, you're just meeting people for seconds, and then they Google you and they look at your profile. You want to start building that credibility right away, and you may lose them, and they may not even come back to you once they see your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so that's why. So a question for you: have you ever looked up someone on LinkedIn before you actually started working with them? Have you ever done that? Like, gone to a networking event, or you hear somebody, you hear if somebody has a deal, or you anything like that, and the first thing you do is usually you Google them to find out more about them, right? So Kathy's saying on the in the Zoom that she hasn't, but maybe you should start, Kathy, looking at that. So I don't see anything in the chat, so that's good. There for in live. Yeah. Oh, Google potential tenants. Yeah. So the next thing is, so how investors and partners will vet you without saying a word, right? Whether you're trying to attract the JV partners, raising capital, simply building your authority in real estate, people are checking you out. They're checking you out on social media before they're even going to drop anything in a DM, right? So they're silently asking questions like, do they look credible? Do you look credible, right? Do you have the experience that they're looking for? So they're asking that. Are you active in the space? Like, how much are you doing? So if you're not posting about what you're doing, they don't know how much experience you truly have. And good or bad, unfortunately, a lot of people judge you on your social media presence. If you don't have a social media presence, then they don't feel like you've been doing this, long enough, or you have any experience in it. And are they posting anything that shows that they know their stuff? So that's how they're judging you. These are the questions that potential partners are asking. So if they don't find what they're looking for, then they won't reach back out to you. Not because they don't like you, but because they don't know enough information about you to trust you. So was there a question? Okay. Thought I heard a question. So, so my question for you is, have you ever had someone ghost you after they've started showing interest? They say yes. So say yes in the comments if you've ever had that experience. So, they showed interest, and then all of a sudden they ghost you. Right? Yeah, someone's not on mute. So Kathy's hearing it too. So if you could kindly go on mute, we're hearing some background noise. That would be great. So then just a reminder, stick around. I have a gift for you at the end. So, if you're interested in my program again, that will go deeply into how to do this, how to do those changes on LinkedIn, where to find it, then, pop program into the comments and I'll get that information off to you. Okay. So the other thing you want to think about is your experience. Like when you go into your experience section, is your experience actually showing people about you, or is it talking again about your job experience? You want that experience to sound exciting. You want to only say in your experience section, you want to say about what you what you actually, what are the skills you have that will actually make you credible in real estate investing. You know, people will look back at your job history, etc. And but you don't want them to be confused again about all this other stuff that may be not be relevant to your real estate investing. So you want to be very succinct in what it's saying, and talk about the skills that you have that will actually help you, will make you credible in real estate. So, any questions on the Zoom at this point? Any questions you have for me? No? Sorry, I'm just looking on, excuse me, I'm looking off to the side because I am just looking to see if there's any questions on Facebook. So nothing there. Okay. So some profile fixes, right? So don't, when you're doing your profile picture, don't do it as a selfie. Like, don't have a selfie on don't go for it as a selfie. Ask somebody else in your household or a friend or something like that to take a picture of you. Don't use a selfie for it. Okay. If you can get a professional shot, then even better to do that. So definitely don't use a selfie for that. The headline, your headline, it should, as I mentioned, it should speak to who you help. It shouldn't be about, oh, I'm so great, I'm so wonderful, right? It's not, it's about how are you going to help them. So these are some really simple impacts. So for me, I said helping corporate professionals ditch the 9 to 5 through real estate investing, or things like that. Like be as succinct as possible. There's not a lot of real estate in there to put it in, so you want to be as succinct, but you want to capture their attention right away. As I mentioned before, the about section should be tells your story. It's not a resume, right? So, and make it shout to your client. Let it be about their, how you are going to help them. So you can tell, your story will tell about how maybe that you've lived, you're your ideal client, you've gone through what they've gone through, so you can say things like that. I can still remember like not sleeping at nights worrying about this, or things like that, that will attract them, that will say, I can relate to you, and that's why I can help you. All right. So have that be like that. You can go into my LinkedIn profile and check out how my about section goes. Okay. So, and don't make it too wordy. I put lots of bullet points, some emojis, lots of white space in there. So it's easy to read. And then your weekly content should be around sharing lessons behind the scenes, doing a podcast or podcast takeaways. I listened to this podcast and this is what I learned. So there's lots and lots of, a lot of people say, but Debbie, I don't have anything to share. You have so much to share. You can share what you're doing, even if you're just starting out. You can share why why you got involved in real estate investing in the first place. You can share what you're learning, all the different things you're learning. You picked up a book. What did you learn from that book? What are you going to implement from that book? Are you planning to implement from what you just learned in a course you attended? I attend the marketing. I work with a marketing guru now, and he says, just share what you just learned, because when you can, it's like reteaching. When you reteach, it sinks in your mind. So share those things, that as you learn things, share it on there. The personal stories are the best one. It gets the most attention on there. So share your personal stories, how things have changed in your life, what's happened, what's triggered you to invest, any of those kind of things, right? So which of these four things that I just mentioned, so professional photo, don't use a selfie from your car, your headline that speaks to your audience, your about section that you're going to tell a story now, and changing up that weekly content. I want you to pop in the comments which of those four things are you going to work on first? What is it that you're going to fix this week? Because if you pop it in there, I'm holding you accountable. It's a way of saying to the public, this is what I plan to do, and it's holding yourself accountable to that. So if you need eyes on your profile, drop help in the comments, and I will DM you and give you some feedback on it. Okay. So then, so the last part of this is to remind you that people invest in you before they invest in your deals. I always say that 80% of real estate investing is about the relationships. And like it or not, a lot of people build credibility. A lot of people judge you and get to know, like, and trust you through social media. Right? I meet people all the time. I go to networking events or go to a summit, and then it's people come up to me, go, oh Debbie, I've really wanted to meet you. Oh Debbie, I've been reading your stuff. Oh Debbie, this. And I am their like best friend, and I have never met them, and I don't know anything about them. So, but that is because I'm posting. So I am building credibility. I'm building that trust. They're getting to know and they're getting to like me. So I really encourage you to get out there and start posting. Post your why, post your journey, post your credibility. So, like, what is it that you've been doing? What is it that if you're just starting off, what is it that you still have? There's lots of cross-functional like skills we have that from our day jobs, from our corporate jobs, from whatever we do, that we can really bring into real estate investing. So you're not going into real estate investing as a baby, right, if you're just starting out. And for many of you, you're already in real estate investing. You're already been doing it for quite a long time. So, show your credibility, show things in posts without having to, in a way that you're giving value and you're not bragging. So just give value. This is how I did this. This is, this is the experience I learned. This is the lessons I've learned, all of these things. And, post your vision. So use your story as a magnet to attract your investor partners, and just even contacts, etc. Don't be afraid to share those lessons. Share your failures, share your pivots. And when you share your failures and how you overcome it, you're actually showing that, I am trustworthy to work with, because yes, we all know that life is not rosy. We have obstacles. We have things that come to us, the changes in the market, the changes in life, things we can't predict, but it's how we overcome it that makes us strong. So don't be afraid to share those things, because actually that's what attracts people. Remember that we're not perfect, but getting out there is scary. I know that. I know for many of you, like, it's like, oh, I don't want to put myself out there. It is scary, but doing real estate investing was scary for you at first too. So, shift that mindset, and think about it as, I am giving other people value. I'm giving other people opportunity. Remember that if people can't find you, they won't work with you. Okay. So let go of perfection, and, just get going with experience. Like today, for instance, I haven't done this for a while. I tried to connect on live with my Zoom, and that didn't work that great. So I didn't start right on time. But hey, I'm out there, I'm doing it. You're getting the information that you need. I'm getting that information to you, right? So you don't need to have 100-door portfolio to start showing up like a pro. You just have to have the intention and the action, right? So don't just think about it, act on it. My son, some of you know me, some of you don't, but my son is a now very famous content creator now. But when he started 4 years ago, that first video was the cringiest video he's ever done, he says, right? But he kept, he kept at it. If he didn't start, he wouldn't be where he is today. And so, and the same thing like with your real estate investing, just think of the things you've done in life and you didn't know how to do it at first, but you had to start. You were amateur, it wasn't perfect, but you kept going, and that's what got you to where you are today. So the same thing is with social media. So what's one of those limiting beliefs? Pop into the chat on Facebook and the Facebook live chat. What are some of the limiting beliefs that has been holding you back from getting into using LinkedIn? So drop those in the comments for me and share with us. So as promised, I promised you a free gift. So I want you to put, if you put gift into the comments, then I will send you a link to download a actual LinkedIn audit checklist. So these things that I've just said to you, I've got an audit checklist that I will that you can download, and we'll put the that you can check off and go through your LinkedIn profile. I also prepared some prompts for you, a bonus prompt pack of things to think about to post, to get going with your posts. So there's a whole list of prompts and call to action prompts too in this package that I'm going to offer you. So pop gift in there. I'm seeing some in the comments here on on Zoom, and I will get you guys all those links. And so for those on Zoom, I'll grab your information after we've stopped the live, and I'll send that to all of you. And if you're interested in the program where I'm actually in the 5 weeks going to delve into each of those areas I've just talked about in more detail and actually show you how to do it and guide you in the correct wording and how to use ChatGPT and how to use Canva to really make your, your profile, your entire, your postings and all of those look really professional. So if you're interested in the program, drop program into the comments, and I will be able to, I'll send you a link to register and more information about when that program starts. It starts April 25th. That will be the kickoff, and it will be, we will meet every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific for an hour for the hot seat coaching sessions, right? And that will be 5 weeks after. So 5 Wednesdays that will go until. So drop all those things, program if you want to find out more about the program, gift if you want that downloadable PDF, and drop help if you want me to have a look at your profile or you have any quick questions for you. I hope to see you again next time in the next Transformational Thursday. I hope that this format's working for you guys, where it's a bit more formal and giving you a heads up through an invite, through an event invite. And we'll see you next Thursday. Take care, everyone.